People say, you know what, Mark, we've heard some fairly sensational claims, okay, or I've read something about Tantra somewhere, and is it actually true that a woman can have an orgasm for an hour or more? Okay, now the answer is yes. You can be taught to enter into this orgasmic state, however you define that, however you choose to experience it, and then remain in that state for as long as you can hold them in trance. And of course, you can hold them in trance for as long as your voice holds out. There is a limitation. It's not the one that you might think, and that is, unless you teach your subject to avoid contractive orgasms, that's the one where it's like you build up and like, okay, and it's like this jerky kind of release. That's physically wearing, and that causes a real hormone dump, and it's going to bring the whole thing to an end relatively quickly. If they're experiencing the orgasm throughout their entire body, what happens is it moves into an entirely different phase. It's not as wearing. It's more like surfing or floating. And so then they can maintain that state for a considerable amount of time. But anyone who's had an orgasm of, say, several minutes duration can testify to, wow, what an incredible rush this is. And you multiply that out by 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. You find that there is a theoretical limit, threshold, outcome. There's also a practical, which is there you are, you're leading someone through the most intense sexual experience of their life, and they get tired. I've had partners pass out. I'm not bragging about this. I'm just saying that they were there with me. They were holding out for as long as they could. They were trying to be good girls, and they just ran out of energy, and they just passed out. Okay, and passing out will bring the orgasmic state to an end. But other than that, there are no technical limits to how long you can hold this state. And with training, you can enter into the state, and it's like, I don't know, maybe you've heard Sting bragging about his 4-hour sex sessions. That's not actually extraordinary. Anyone can learn how to do this.